Welcome back, Marvel. Welcome back. You deserve to be back on the big screen where you belong, yo. It's been a long one. We've had to endure the COVID-19 crisis. We had to endure theaters not being available. So not having no Marvel for a long time, that can drive a Marvel fan a little bit crazy. You know what I'm saying? So as the first movie to get put on the big screen with the Marvel Studios logo, it just happens to be Natasha Romanoff's movie. You know I'm gonna get hype about that. Come on now, stop playing, yo. I feel like Black Widow deserved a movie a long time ago, but I'm not upset that she never got an origin movie because you already were given the breadcrumbs on Natasha Romanoff's background. You know, they always allude to Budapest, they always allude to the Red Room. You knew the lore, but this is the first time now you get a chance to see her confront her past. So it was good to watch. It was good to watch. This is my spoilerish review for Black Widow. I originally scored it 8 out of 10. As you know, I am D Brown. I represent Back to the Classics and Cinema Rehab, which is presented by Beat Network. Please don't be afraid to like, subscribe, and tap in with all Beat Network related material. Anyway, let's get into this review where I am going to try my hardest not to spoil anything because I want people to enjoy the movie. So I will touch on a couple of points and then I'll give you my real final score because I originally scored this thing at 8 out of 10. It's not an 8 out of 10 no more. So Black Widow pretty much is the movie we've been waiting for. It was in my top 10 list. All Marvel cinema, which at this point, if you are invested in the MCU, you're going to watch every Marvel movie that's going to come on the screen. Yes, even Eternals. You got to go watch that, you know. But Phase 4, as we were getting the announcement on what Phase 4 was going to be, it looked interesting. It's a lot of characters you don't know, a lot of things happening. But the one thing that stood out the most was Black Widow, because you knew you was getting a Black Widow movie. Was it the Black Widow movie you wanted? Probably not. A lot of people feel once she died in Endgame, it's like, why tell another Black Widow movie? Why not tell a Black Widow movie? Because you have an MCU timeline, you can exploit it. If this movie takes place after Civil War and before Infinity War, sounds like you got a movie to tell. Sounds like you have a story to tell. And she had an adventure in the middle of all of that. She was on the run for what she did. She was facing the consequences. General CGI, General Ross was chasing her. Motion cap, General Ross. De-aged General Ross was chasing her. And to be honest with you, it felt good. It felt like we were back in the swing of things. It felt like the character technically didn't really die, really. You know, it felt like we were right back where we left it. So you got right back into that Marvel groove that, you know, you haven't had for almost damn near 2 years, you know. So it felt good to get that. You know, it felt good to be in a movie theater and experience that. Now you get a chance to see her back history, how she grew up, what led her to the Red Room, you know, her fake sister or sister, you know. Hey, sometimes we don't got to be related to be blood, you know. Family means everything, you know, but what you think is real can be stripped away. It can be taken away from you real quick. And Black Widow goes 0 to 100 real quick, man. It takes a turn. It goes in a direction that, you know, even for a Disney movie, you're like, that's pretty dark. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it like this. For you to touch on these dark matters, touch on them. But it kind of like takes away from it when you're being too funny about it. Like when you're cracking jokes about it. You know, there's like hysterectomy jokes and fallopian tube jokes in this movie. It's like, look, them girls were kidnapped, snatched, took, and put into a red room to become train killers. And there's a process to that that is kind of wild. But Disney didn't shy away from it. They told that story. Pros, good action. If you like Winter Soldier, it had Winter Soldier-esque action. I'm confident Heidi Moneymaker was probably her stunt double. So all the Black Widow stunts in the action look dope. It looked like she should have died 9 million times over, but it don't matter. You're watching a superhero movie, so don't try to add a lot of logic to it. Just know that You're gonna get stunts, action, all that good stuff. Casting was awesome. Florence Pugh killed it. Yelena, awesome. You know what I'm saying? ScarJo killed it. ScarJo that's her character. Black Widow. If you ever see another Black Widow or a variant of Black Widow, you kind of gonna feel some type of way because Black Widow's killing it. ScarJo's killing it in this movie. She looks good in her costumes. Her booty still looks good. Everything still looks good. Like it was like she's like, yo, I'm Black Widow, y'all. This is me. I'm executive producing this shit. This is my venture, you know? So shout outs to her for sure. Rachel Weisz, it's always good to see Rachel Weisz. She was perfect as the mom figure. Dave Yo, my man from Stranger Things, Dave Arbor, yeah, that dude is funny. That's a funny cat. He played Red Guardian, aka the Russian super soldier. Yo, he is funny in this movie, entertaining from start to finish. I had a good time with his character. He wasn't like the best super soldier though. He was kind of like, if you compare him to Steve Rogers, he falls short of Steve Rogers. Like my man got fat. My man hardly fits in his costume. Like shit like that was taking place. It's like, yo, man, you are a terrible super soldier, man. But it is what it is, you know. I feel like that's the theme this year, you know, terrible ass super soldiers. Shout outs to Johnny Walker Blue, U.S. agent over there on that damn Bucky and Captain America show on Disney Plus. Yeah, you know, super soldiers are just running rampant now. Like this is a thing now. Like I feel like once Marvel introduces one thing, now they could just kind of go nuts with it. So it's good that you're getting like, you know, these type of stories now. It's actually pretty cool. Taskmaster's in the movie. So without me spoiling too much about Taskmaster, there is a twist to Taskmaster. It's not what you think a Taskmaster should be, the properties of a Taskmaster, the characteristics of a Taskmaster, but it is not the same lore that you grew up with. If you are a comic book fan, it's probably going to enrage the fuck out of you what they did to Taskmaster. It made me slightly mad, but then after my second viewing, because I watched this thing twice in the movie theaters, it didn't bother me as much. You know, it didn't bother me as much. It's a Taskmaster for this story that they're telling on the big screen. Remember, everything that happens in a comic book does not have to happen the same way on the big screen. Could they have done Taskmaster? Absolutely. Most definitely. They chose to go in an X-Men Origins. Like, if you don't like that Deadpool, you're probably not going to like this Taskmaster. That's all I'm going to say. That's the direction that they went in without me giving too much away. And there's still an M. Night Shyamalan twist to it. Like, oh my God, there's a twist and a reveal. So it is what it is. But while the Taskmaster was there, though, that Taskmaster was like a lifeless Terminator. That shit was just there to show up, cause some damage, throw hands, and then slide away. You know what I'm saying? It was very focused on just giving Black Widow and Yelena some problems. So I like that. I did enjoy that part of it. The movie has its action beats, exposition, action beats, slows down. Then you get a big bombastic third act, just like every Marvel movie. It just felt like it was checking all the boxes, you know, so I was cool. Up until the end, it just ends, you know, and then you got a little bit of bonus to what Natasha did and then where she was heading to go meet up with who she needed to meet up with in Infinity War without me saying too much. And I left the movie satisfied. I originally scored it at an 8 out of 10. Once again, I'm going to bring that score down to a 7 out of 10 because I had a chance to watch it a second time. I saw a couple of things where I said they could have went in that direction. They could have went in that direction. But as a spy, espionage, like straight up hard hitting movie, like it's still a good movie. It's an entertaining movie to watch, in my opinion. It's an entertaining movie to watch. And yes, stay for the after credits. If you like after credits, if you like Marvel after credits, this after credits was so worth it to me. It's kind of a no-brainer that you need to stay after the credits. Whoever leaves a Marvel movie and don't chill for the after credits, shame on you. Like, for real. You don't even go to the Marvel movies, man. Don't even go. And lastly, don't go to a Marvel movie having questions. If you don't know what's happening in the MCU timeline, and I gotta do an extra explaining, you are not allowed to see no more Marvel movies. Yes, somebody that's watching this review is gonna know that I'm talking about them. Anywho, 7 out of 10. It's Black Widow, man. And ScarJo, she kind of owns that role. So it's kind of like you owe it to yourself to just at least experience it. So matinee, don't pay the 30 on Disney Plus, man. Go watch it. I think it's worth a D box or Adobe Digital. So there you go. That's my review. I just wanted to make it quick. As always, Cinema Rehab will be coming out with new content real soon. You will be seeing my face a lot more. So don't be a stranger, man. Also, Back to the Classics got some heat coming out as well. Anyway, tap in with Beat Network. We ain't going nowhere. We just getting started. Holla at your boy, D Brown out.